Well, after a rather slow start in the F1 2025 season, the world champion is back. Yes, breaking news that has just happened. Max Verstappen, the four-time world champion, has now managed to win his first race and he has comfortably won the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka. Now, Max Verstappen didn't have the best of starts in Australia and in China, and many felt that this was going to be the Orange Army season. F1, when you look at it, McLaren's dominance has not been there ever since the 2008-10 period. After that, it's been Mercedes who have dominated the show along with Ferrari, and now it is the Red Bull era. But today, Max Verstappen, in a fantastic display of driving in Suzuka, has managed to win the Grand Prix for the fourth time in his career. Max Verstappen has managed to win the F1 Grand Prix for the fourth time in his career, and because of that, now this is a wonderful, wonderful achievement. He has bounced back in style. And then you're having the McLarens, though they've still maintained their intensity. Lando, Norris, and Oscar Piastri, they have occupied the other two slots in the podium. But it's a good feeling indeed for McLaren because in all three seasons, in all the three matches that they've had, in all the three races, they have been really up there. But Max Verstappen, with his strategy, with the way how he was driving, he led from pole and he never ever let up in the intensity. In the pit stop melee that was there, yes, he did lose the lead occasionally, but then he was never troubled. And this continues a remarkable statistic in F1 so far. Six races have happened from 2024 till 2025 now. Six consecutive races, the driver who has been on pole position, he has managed to go on and win the race. So the mantra in F1 at this stage is get pole, get the win. So that is how Max Verstappen has managed to ensure he had a flawless drive, maintained a good distance. Towards the fag end, the distance between him and Norris was close to 1.4, 1.5 seconds, but then he was never ever troubled in the entire race. So Max Verstappen has managed to win the Japanese Grand Prix for the fourth time. And now he has signaled his intention that yes, I am now back in the F1 title race in 2025. He will want to repeat Michael Schumacher's feat. Five consecutive topics in a row, five consecutive world championships in a row. So that is a really, really big debate that we are having at this point. Can anybody stop the McLarens? It remains to be seen. But Max Verstappen, yes, it was a bit problematic that his races in Australia and China did not go his way. But there was one very good incident that happened in Japan. Kimi Andrea Antonelli was one of the youngest drivers to ensure that he led an F1 race. For a brief moment, Kimi Antonelli had led the race for a brief bit. You can find out who is Kimi Antonelli, a young Italian driver who is making his way into F1. He was really one of the best drivers in the young junior circuit. Now he's making a splash in F1. He's finished fifth. But for a brief period, he was your number one team. He was your number one driver at that stage. So a very wonderful effort in Kimi Antonelli leading the race. He could be one of the best players, that is best drivers that goes around. So yes, Max Verstappen has won the Japanese Grand Prix. He now has signaled his intention for the title in F1 2025. Can he make it five in a row? It looks difficult. Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris continue to dominate in the first three races. Will Red Bull step up? Let's just make a look at it. Anshuman Swain is saying that McLaren's strategy with Norris was baffling. Oh, yes, it was very, very baffling indeed. I mean, what were they thinking about it? I think rain was expected. I think the rain forecast really threw a lot of people's expectations awry. And that is why, in that sense, Nikita Mohan, I know, but see, it's F1 live. I'm not going to talk about much cricket here. But then, yes, see, for his high standards, he had a dip. Let's make it very clear. Yes, he had a century, he had a couple of 50s, but for his high standards, it was a dip. So that is why, that's the only way I'm looking at it. So yes, F1 now, the Asian leg seems to be over. Now I think we'll shift our attention to Europe. So let's look at how F1 bounces back at this stage. So Max Verstappen, congratulations, heading good momentum now into the next leg. Let's see how it happens. So thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. Subscribe to Sports Today for all the latest news and updates.